So it looks like Porsha Williams of the Real Housewives of Atlanta got the final laugh when it comes to Simon Gobadia and their divorce. It looks like their prenuptial agreement will be upheld and she will be getting a nice payday. And I really just would like to tell Ralph Pitman, Mr. Drew Sidora, we really do not care about what you think or the reason behind your divorce because ultimately we think you are the problem.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Don't forget, the Kempire After Dark, The Villain Era, is coming to Philadelphia on July 10th, then Atlanta on August 5th, then we're back in Washington, D.C. on August 22nd. And finally, we'll be here in New York City on September 12th. If you want a night of hot topics, a whole other side to me, get your tickets today. More information on the Kempire After Dark, The Villain Era will be available in the description. So speaking of the villain era, you're going to get a little bit of the villain now. I know a lot of you have been hitting me up talking about how Ralph Pitman, aka Mr. Drew Sidora, has been crashing out on social media. He's been crashing out. And I tell you, I really do not like thirsty, clout-chasing individuals, especially when they come across our screens as the husbands of these housewives, because it's his desperate attempt at attention. And honestly, I don't think Drew Sidora is perfect. I don't think Drew Sidora has told us the truth all the time. However, I am Team Drew on this one. So Ralph, and I'm not going to even share the receipts for you. You can go, shout out to our friends over the Bravo Shade Room. You can see all the receipts and things like that over there. Or just go to Ralph's Instagram page. Ralph has been posting text messages, pictures of Drew Sidora with Ty Young. I think we all can say, yes, there was something that happened between Drew Sidora and Ty Young. At this particular point in time, Mr. Drew Sidora, why is it relevant? Do what Halle Bailey is doing. Stop coming to the internet and go to the court. If this is the reason behind your fight and your battle, go to court. At this particular point, we the people, the fans of Real Housewives, the fans of Real Housewives of Atlanta, the fans of Drew Sidora, do not care.
Loser!
And you crashing out makes you look bad. And the fact that he said, oh, the whole Tampa storyline was just a storyline. Drew came out and said it was one of our RHOA producers that found out about the whole Tampa incident. It wasn't something that you guys concocted together. Honestly, again, I don't care because based off of your actions, Ralph, shows us exactly who you are and why Drew should have never gotten with you. And unfortunately for Drew, she has to co-parent with you for the next how many umpteen years. But at least she can say, you know what? I am one step closer to being rid of this person. But since we're talking about being rid of this person, as you know, we did a separate video just the other day that Simon Gobadia has been released from ICE and deported back to Nigeria. But on June 11th, they had a court date to finalize their divorce and to see whether or not the court was going to uphold their prenuptial agreement. A prenuptial agreement, I will remind you, that was delayed, which delayed their actual wedding, their first wedding that they were supposed to have. It was pushed back because of Simon Gobadia not releasing his financials. But you may have seen Porsha, I don't remember if it's on her YouTube channel or if it was on the current season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said that what happened with Cordell, she did not want to happen this time around. And it's a different situation because now she has PJ to think about. And based off the prenup, she was going to be taken care of. Despite them only being married 2 years, these were the details of the prenup. So shout out to our friends over at The Reality Blurb. They are letting us know and giving us an update on the fact that Porsha Williams has finalized her divorce and the prenuptial agreement is going to take care of her. And maybe she won't come back next season because she doesn't really need to based off of this prenuptial agreement. Well, at least for a time. Porsha has expensive taste. Porsha Williams scored a big win in court this week against Simon Gobadia. Following Simon's deportation back to Nigeria, the 43-year-old Real Housewives of Atlanta star appeared in court with her ex both via Zoom, where Simon, 61, was ordered to pay her $40,000 a month in alimony and grant her ownership of their Rolls Royce. Because remember, he was on social media talking about taking back her Rolls Royce, but she still had it in possession. So she gets to keep it. And a Rolls Royce is a pretty penny too. So Porsha Williams won in divorce court. A judge ruled to enforce her prenup with her ex, Simon Gobadia, a host confirmed on the June 12th episode of The Breakfast Club. Now, that is a huge deal because they've been going back and forth over several things, including the home that she currently lives in, the car, and the Rolls Royce. According to the host, who spoke to a source close to the court, Porsha will receive $40,000 payments from Simon each month for 14 to 15 months. All of her legal fees will be paid, and she'll also receive the Rolls Royce he bought. As for their $7 million marital home, Porsha has from 2024 to 2027 to decide whether she wants to remain living in the home or sell it. However, because the residence was a premarital asset of Simon's, the RHOA cast member will have to refinance and buy Simon out of his portion if she wants to stay. As the court insider explained, Simon has 50% equity in the property. While Porsha considers whether she'll remain in the home, Simon will be paying the expenses related to the property, including the mortgage payment. So she gets to live there at least for the next 3 years, mortgage free. The source went on to share that the June 11th court hearing went all day, from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., and saw no direct interactions between Porsha and Simon. Then at the end of the day, Simon was said to have walked away pissed. Simon is exploring the options of an appeal. He has 30 days to file this with the court, the host shared. Porsha filed for divorce from Simon in February of 2024, just 15 months after their wedding. Here's the thing. I understand why he's walking away pissed, because he was the one trying to contest their prenuptial agreement. I don't understand why he would, because he's claiming fraud. He's saying that she wanted to go back to reality television. That was never their plan. However, I call BS on that, because literally when she made the announcement, you guys were still okay. She said, who said that Porsha Williams is coming back to RHOA? She said it's actually Porsha Gobadia. And honestly, you guys haven't been married that long for you to be like, oh, the prenuptial agreement is null and void. And I'm not surprised that the court upheld it. You're mad because you knew what you agreed to in that prenuptial agreement, which is probably part of the reason why you delayed it, along with delaying revealing your finances to Porsha and her lawyers at the time. You probably knew that you did not want to pay any of what you have to now pay her. $40,000 a month for 14 to 15 months. You got to pay the mortgage on this home that you can't live in. You can't even step into the country. Sir, instead of fighting this, you might want to continue to figure out if you can even come back to the country, even though maybe you should let that go too. But I believe he has other things here. So what happens to all of that when you're deported? I don't know the details of that. If you do know the details of that, if you're deported, what happens to your assets here? Who knows? At this particular point, who cares? Porsha, good for you, girl. Good for you. Guys, I want to know, a lot of you have been hitting me up asking me, I went to Broadway last night. I went to see Purpose on Broadway. If you have not gone to see it, go right now. There are just so many elements. I'll talk about it. I'm sure I'll continue to talk about it. It's funny. It's political. It talks about dynamics of family. It is so good. That whole strip right now with Hell's Kitchen across the street, Sunset Boulevard, just so many great plays are out right now. We have a wealth of riches right now here in New York on Broadway. But if you have not seen Purpose, I believe it goes away at the end of August. If you're in New York City, if you will be in New York City, make a plan to go see Purpose. It was phenomenal. All right. They're not paying me to say this, but I enjoyed myself. Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go.